right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did, huh?
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch 'cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating 'cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, you never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked on. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wild card game.
There we go. Ready, 56. Mike's 56. Hey, man. Watch.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They toss to Freeman.
Watch the ship.
Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
But when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple of blocks. They look good doing it there. Now this throw caught left side, and he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Murray on the sneak. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try.
And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And some space here. And he's into the clear. Past the 20. And he nearly took it the distance. What a great return. He stopped right around the 3.
All praises for a tremendous return, but how about the guys that never gave up on the play, refused to let him get into the end zone, and tracked him down before he got there and made the tackle? A lot of pride exhibited by guys on special teams.
Newton. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Wolfe. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
6 guy. Check 6 guy.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Joe Schobert, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
I'm coming. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Watch that.
Murray with a 3rd and long.
Man, I got you.
This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he'll be out right at the 35. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here's Murray. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Let's go.
Christian Kirk, 54 yards. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
I got him.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a first and 10.
Ready? Mike 51. Here I come.
On first and 10, Newton got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson and brought down. But not before they're inside the 25.
That's another 49er first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Set 180. 27 180. Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll bring up second down. To throw again, Newton. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Zadarius Smith in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Third and long, it's Newton. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
This fielded at the 2.
All day, baby, all day.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Throwing again on second down. Murray. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Dancing to his left. He's got a first. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
At the 35-yard line.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
Who that? Who that? Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got 53. Mike, 53.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Back to the air on second down, it's Murray. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney able to get him for a loss of about 3.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Yeah, 56. Mike's 56.
Here we go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
56. Watch the run, watch the run. 56. 56.
Here we go on 4th down with Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun give to Fournette. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape, and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have to.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney, his second sack of the night. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Geno Atkins in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
I'm coming after you.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
On the return, Jackson. 35 yards that time on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Get the ball right here. Let's go.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
All right. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
56 the Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
I'm coming after you.
A final shot before half from Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Bandit. Bandit.
Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Hitting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So a good run by Fournette. Now another first and 10. They fake the give. Newton. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Zadarius Smith able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now Newton on first down. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Let's go, D.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the second level.
Murray fighting, lost the football.
Come on, O-line. Come on, line. We better than that.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Watch the slant. Mike 51, Mike 51. Wild Bill. Switch.
Hey, check 24. Watch.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 22 yards there, a first down. They'll run here with Freeman. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Again, it'll be Freeman. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. From the end zone, Newton. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Ready? 26, Mike.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know.
Newton on first down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Ryan Kerrigan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. The Niners on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. With it is Brown. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Mike.
Murray now on first down.
I'm on.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
What's that? 186, Mike. Rabbit.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
You don't want no problems with me.
The Niners on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Newton. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now Leonard Fournette. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that?
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
53 is the mic.
I'm trying to collect.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Jadeveon Clowney, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Bring it.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down.
Take the ball.
And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. Blue Dan, blue Dan. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's go.
They're going for it. Hits Murray. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. Landry, the intended target. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it'll be 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
The Niners on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Watch the run.
They snap it to Newton. And that is incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively. So now let's look at the situation. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, so barring a 1st down, they could conceivably get the ball back.
So now it's all about defense and stopping the clock. Don't give up any yardage, right? Use your timeouts. And your offense always practices going downfield without timeouts. You know, those 2-minute drills, most of them are run in practice without the benefit of timeouts. They want to make it as tough a situation as possible. They're in it right now.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll look to run with Freeman. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. So stuff from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll try to run this one in, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal.
Watch the slant. Let's go, let's go. Here we go. 53, Mike.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. Steps away to his, and he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Newton. Flush to his right. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Watch right. We got right. Defense.
One last throw here for Newton.
Here we go.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.